Welcome to the Niagara Falls, Canada, your guide series. This particular video is on the falls themselves, which is probably the main reason you're coming to Niagara Falls. And I should mention that you may get a little wet from the mist of Niagara Falls, particularly the Horseshoe Falls. Just keep that in mind. It could be a little cool in the spring or winter if you're here. In the summer, it's actually nice and refreshing, but keep that in mind. You might get a little wet. So let me get started here. I've got kind of a satellite shot here of the touristy area, I guess you want to call it, of Niagara Falls. This is the American Falls here where my mouse is. And down here, this is the Horseshoe Falls, also called the Canadian Falls. So the best way to see the falls is you're going to want to be on foot. I'll have a separate video on parking and stuff, so be sure to check that out. So if you're on foot, chances, let me scroll here a little, chances are you'll be either taking the people mover, which I'll have in my parking video, or you might be coming down Murray Hill here to the south, or you'll probably be coming down Clifton Hill up here at the north. This is kind of the main stretch here where you want to be on foot to see the falls. So let me start up north here by Clifton Hill. The Table Rock, or sorry, the Maid of the Mist is right here. That's how you get to the Maid of the Mist. I've got a separate video for that, so be sure to check that. And the dock is down here for Maid of the Mist. So when you're on foot, you're going to want to make your way down to this trail here along the parkway. It's very pedestrian friendly, very wide. There's lots of grass here. You can stop, take pictures. It's very nice for walking. So let me just kind of scroll down here, zoomed in a little. It's about a quarter mile or so stroll, I guess. So you work your way all the way down here to Table Rock. This is the Table Rock area. And as you can see, there's people right there. So you can get very close to the edge of the falls there. Just let me zoom back out again so you can see kind of a little stretch there. A little too far. So you kind of work your way from Clifton Hill up here. You take down this little gray path here all the way down. And you end up at Table Rock. You kind of stroll around there. You get lots of good shots. You have a few other choices for seeing the falls too. You can take the Maid of the Mist, as I mentioned, which is up here. I have a separate video for that. It's a boat that takes you right down to the heart of the falls. I definitely recommend that. Be sure to watch that video. The Skyline Tower is over here. It's a tower you got to pay to go up. You get a nice view of the falls from up there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a pretty tall tower. There's also a Ferris wheel here on Clifton Hill, a big white Ferris wheel. It's open year-round. It's air-conditioned and heated, so also another good way to see the falls. And there's also a helicopter ride you can take, which is a little further north at the Parkway and Victoria Avenue. So definitely lots of ways to see the falls, but the easiest, cheapest, it's free. It's just to hop on this parkway and just kind of take a nice stroll here. So let me show you some of the pictures I have. This is the American Falls here, taken from that little walkway I mentioned. Here's another shot a little further up. I'm still on that walkway, and you can see the American Falls in the distance there. And here you can see a couple of rainbows. That's why that bridge in the background there is called the Rainbow Bridge. Those rainbows are there pretty much 365. And that boat you see is the Maid of the Mist, so you definitely want to do that. Check out my other video for that. And here's a shot of the American Falls from that Ferris wheel that I mentioned. So you can see you get it pretty high on that Ferris wheel. You get a nice view. This is the Horseshoe Falls, or Canadian Falls. Again, you can see the Maid of the Mist boat getting right in there. And there's another shot of the Horseshoe Falls. You can see the mist there. It depends on which way the wind is blowing, whether or not you're going to get wet on the Canadian side. The American side usually gets a little bit more water because the wind usually comes from the west, but you might get wet, so keep that in mind. And this final shot is taken from Table Rock. Like I said, you can get right up close. You lean over and there's the water, so you can definitely get up close. I should mention that a lot of the water that goes over the falls, there'd be even more. Niagara Falls upstream, they take a lot of water off the river and they redivert it for power generation. Be sure to check my video on the Parkway to see the power generation. It's a little further downstream. And be sure to check out my video on winter in Niagara Falls. It totally looks different in the winter time. I definitely recommend coming here in the winter, there's lots to see, so be sure to check out that video. So at a high level, that's pretty much it. We've got the two falls, the American Falls and the Horseshoe Falls. And like I say, I'll have a separate video for parking. And once you get down there, stroll along that path. Very friendly, very nice parks down there. And if you want, you can pay a little extra price. Take the Maid of the Mist, which I recommend. Go up the Skyline Tower. There's also the Ferris wheel, which is open year-round. And you can also take a helicopter ride. So you certainly have lots of choices to see the falls. But just go down there and enjoy it. And any other questions, sure to send me an email or comment in the link there. Thanks for watching.